Hello everyone, it's Maginpanic here and welcome to the little video with voiceover about cleaning up my Peter McKinnon signature animation. As you can see, I have in this file Gary V signature, the other logo signature I did, and the rough sketch of Peter McKinnon signature that I currently did. And what I'm going to do in this video will be just to clean up that animation that I did. And the first thing to do will be to create a layer and name it correctly, obviously. So once I create this layer, I can start creating empty frames. That's something that I like to do, just creating a little drawing and erase it. And I wanted to check something in Toon Boom actually, if I can rename drawings. So I created a couple layers and I copied them and pasted them, creating new drawings, new exposures. And at the end of that, you will not have everything named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on, but at some point the thing that you copied will have underscores in the name. And I wanted to check if it's possible to rename everything just in one click, for example by the frame name, and yes, it's possible. As you can see, at some point everything is weirdly named, and I just have to move everything to the first frame, select the column in X sheet and drawing rename by frame, and everything is named correctly right now. So I'm putting everything in the place where it should be, and I can start drawing. More or less, before I start drawing, I'm checking all the preferences on my brush. So I'm opening the brush preferences, and I'm just checking if the size of the brush matches my clean signature that I drew. And once that's pretty much said, I'm just quickly creating a wiggly line and opening the contour editor if the smoothing is okay. Once I have it done, I can start sketching, start cleaning up my sketch, and I will obviously speed it up and do a voice over the speed up about what I was thinking while I was cleaning it up and the changes that I did. And just to start drawing, I can see the onion skin, but I can't see what's under my drawing, so I'm lower down the opacity of everything so I can see the lines from my sketch and from my cleanup drawing. And for the cleanup color, I lower down the opacity as well so I can see everything right now. And I can start sketching, just at that point, just being a little more precise with where the line is. It did looks pretty cool at the beginning, but if you are doing something and you have more expectations, you really want to have that quality like it's not done by human at all. And to achieve that, once I have animated to some point where nothing else is moving at the drawing, I'm just copying that fragment from that part from the still cleanup drawing I have, and just placing it frame by frame to have that part in the cool position, not moving and not having that wiggly animation. And then I can just create my overlap and more or less just the animation that I want to have. It's pretty much straightforward for me. If you know the basics of animation, that shouldn't be so hard, just a little imagination of what to do and where things should be. As you can see, I did exactly the same here. I put the part that will not be animated, just copied it frame by frame. So I'm just animating the part that I want to be animated and not touching the other part of the logo. And from that point here, I decided to do exactly the same and not animate the last part, but just go straight on the line that was creating that P letter, and at the end just creating a little splashy impact-ish kind of thing frame by frame, and just animating that part that I want to be animated. Here just a little overlapping action on a couple frames. And at the end of everything, I obviously have to clean it up a little and just fix all the connections here and there to have that quality everywhere, pretty much. So just a couple places where I have to fix things with contour editor here and there. And once I have it, I can just create new layer and do the second part of the signature to have a little more control of it. If I will do any changes, don't have that crossing line that you can see the white line is crossing there, and I don't like that line to be crossed this particular layer. So I created another one, created empty frames as well, and I can start cleaning up my animations here, doing pretty much exactly the same process that I did in P letter. Once I hit everything, I can just copy and paste that part over the couple layers and just have cleaned that part and animated the part that I want, having really cool feeling of quality, I guess. And here I'm doing exactly the same. That part will be animated, and the last thing will be just copied and placed with that splashy impacty thing at the end. And once I drew everything, I didn't felt like it works correctly. Actually, the direction of the last part of the drawing was going so on the upside, and I decided to change it just a little, that direction. But once I was double checking everything, the impact was really wrong at the end, and I wanted to stay consistent with the force that we had during that second part. And to do that, I had to change the Peter McKinnon signature and just make it more straight instead of doing that bend at the end. And I changed everything just to stay consistent with the force that I had in this drawing, doing exactly the same at the end. And I added a little sliding Peter McKinnon because why not? I can do it, and I find out it looks really cool, and it works for the people that don't know whose that signature is. Okay, so having that is really cool. And I have the black version and the white version, as well as that cool thing at the end, that speed ramp that creates impact fading away.
Hey, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Check my other videos on this account and make sure to check my other social media accounts. Stay awesome.